Do you want to connect SAP BTP with real-time demo data from Northwind and SAP's ES5 gateway server? Stick around. In this video, I will show you exactly how to create destination in BTP that unlock the power of these data sources with and without authentication. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are diving into the creation of destination in SAP BTP cockpit for two popular demo services. One is your Northwind OData services, another we would be using an on-premise SAP Gateway ES5 server. We'll cover all these topics like what are this destination, why do we need it, what is the purpose of this setup, where to do this, and how to create this destination in practical. So the first point, what are this destination? So I will show you the destination in a while in BTP cockpit, but initially I would like to give you a small brief of each of the topics which are mentioned over here. So in simple words, destination is a configuration in SAP BTP that tells your application, your Fiori application, how to reach an external service like your backend system, API, or a data provider. Like for example, if we use a destinations to connect uh, to demo system like Northwind ES5 without hard coding the URL, like whenever we will be creating a Fiori application at later point in time, so we would not be hard coding the entire URL like HTTPS, like host number, port number, and subsequently the auditor name. We would not be hard coding the entire thing in our application. In turn, what we will be doing is we will just simply configure the destination in BTP cockpit, and that destination will talk to the Fiori application wherever it is hosted, whether it is a on-premise system or it is a suppose your build work zone, wherever it is. Why do we need it? So it is very important that it centralizes the connection information. It enables a secure communication, and also it allows Fiori UI5 apps to fetch data very easily. Without destination, every developer or app would have to manage credential and URLs manually, and that's very risky, inefficient. That's the thing. So the third, or the purpose of this setup, the main purpose of this setup is that the destination that we prepare in our BTP sub account is to connect to the external systems, so that later when we create application using real-time demo data from services like ESS5 and North, when we can use those things very easily for consumption purpose. Where do we do this? All of this setup happens inside SAP BTP cockpit under your sub account, which I will be showing you in a while, in the section called destination. That's where we define the connection settings, authentication, and test them. How to create this destination, I'll show you. Yeah, let's go to the practical and open up the SAP. For simplicity, we would be following these steps in order to configure the destination in BTP. We would first log into SAP BTP cockpit with a username and password, and prior to that we have to create a user account in SAP first of all. Once you have the user ID and password, then after you can log into SAP BTP cockpit, and there you have to create a sub account. Once it is created, then we would be creating another account in ES5, that is SAP Dev Center for on-premise system. This is the link that we would be following to register our user ID, and once we register ourselves in this user ID, SAP will provide us with a demo system access where we can where SAP is exposing all the data from this server, and we can utilize that data for our Fiori application. Thereafter, once this is done, we would be setting up this destination in SAP BTP cockpit. I'll show you that, and thereafter we have Northwind data sources. Northwind is totally exposed. As a result, we do not have to sign in into Northwind or we do not have to create any kind of a user ID in Northwind. Only for accessing the on-premise ES4 ES5 system, we have to create an account over there to get the access. So in this video I will be showing you both the ways, and there are two different configuration that I need to be done. One is with no authentication, another with basic authentication where we have to provide user ID and a password. So this is my HANA trial on demand. I have logged in to SAP HANA trial on demand with my user ID. So uh, how to create this user ID basically in SAP HANA on trial, you can watch my video. I have created another video, that is SAP BTP technology platform. Here you can watch this video, SAP BTP account creation, how to create an account, like how to create an account in BTP, and what are the things, what are the features the BTP is providing. A complete detailed video has been provided over here. You can access this video. This will really help you. So coming back over here, here we would be selecting US East region and we'll click on create. This will take some time. So my account is created. This is my global account number. This is sub account is trial, and by default our dev space got created. So the very first step, all you need to do is go to account.hanatrial.ondemand.com/trial and create a user ID and activate your trial BTP account over there. This is the first step that you need to do. So since it is done, I am clicking on continue option. This page will open up, and thereafter you have to click on go to your trial account. So my trial account will open now. In my trial account, this is actually a global account, and here you have to click on trial. There's a sub account over here. You need to click on trial option, and this will open your trial sub account. This is your sub account. Here you would find this option of connectivity. There are a couple of options like overview, services, cloud foundry, HTML5 application, connectivity. If you wanted to know what all these options are, why are they recommend, why are they, what are the uses of this, what are these, please go and check my video on SAP BTP cockpit tour in my playlist. You will get a clear information about all of these. Now coming to this destination configuration, there is a line item called connectivity. Inside this node we will find this destination option. Click on this destination and this will be empty. This destination is empty. Now here we are going to create the destination, but before creating the destination we have to create uh, an account in ES5 system, as I have told you earlier. So all you need to do is you have to go to this URL, like you have to register yourself over here in register.sapdevcenter.com/sup sign forms. You have to open this and you have to sign in. Basically you have to register yourself over here. So let me register over here. So once I register over here, I will be getting an email. A temporary password is also shown over here. I can see the password, yes. And what you can do is you just copy this email and you have to go to this SAP ES5.sapdevcenter.com/sap/bc/gui/SAP ITS web GUI. Otherwise you would be also receiving an email on your account. You can follow this email to complete this further step. So since I have already opened up this link, what I'll do, I'll just paste up the user ID over here. And oops, sorry, this is not the user ID. This is the user ID. Yeah, let me paste this user ID, and there's a password. Let me paste this password and click on log on. Failed to log on. Yeah, now again enter this password and we'll change this password. Okay, now I have changed this password. So we have successfully created an account in Gateway Demo system. Now it is completely ready to create the destination in BTP. So coming to BTP screen, you have to click on create destination option, and thereafter all you have to do is you have to provide destination name. The name of the destination is suppose ES5. Type is HTTP. The description is SAP Gateway ES5 Now we have to provide a URL. We can copy this URL directly from here. https SAP ES5 sapdevcenter.com. Just copy this part only, paste it over here, and just go down. Now proxy type is internet, authentication is a basic authentication we wanted to give, and here you have to provide your user ID. I am providing my user ID over here, and you have to provide your password. So the password is okay. Yep, password I have provided. Now click on new property. There are certain additional property that we wanted to give, like HTML, like web ID usage. You can make it certain parameters you have to define, like OData underscore ABAP. Then we also wanted to add OData underscore generation. Then we will be adding, suppose, BSP underscore execute underscore ABAP. Now click on new property and select SAP Web ID system. You can give ES5 as a name. Then you can select SAP Web ID enabled. You can make it true. Then additional another property, suppose SAP client, make it 002. Then HTML5 dynamic, make this true. These are certain parameters that you have to define accordingly, guys. Then you can make trust all to true. This is optional, you may not define trust all also, but yeah, I think these are fine and it is good to go. Now all you need to do is click on the save option. Yes, we have saved the destination. Now we will be creating another destination that is for Northwind. So in order to create a destination for Northwind, all you need to do is provide a name again, that is Northwind, Northwind, and provide a description, providing the same description as Northwind. Then you need to give a URL for Northwind. So I have already opened up the page for Northwind, that is https://services.odata.org. Then paste this link. Then proxy type is internet, and authentication is no authentication. So as I've already mentioned, there is no authentication required for Northwind since it is fully exposed. Then HTML5, some additional property that we have mentioned for ES5, same we have to do it over here, like SAP Web ID enabled, make it true. Then Web ID system, make it Northwind only. Then Web ID usage is OData underscore GEN, maybe. I'm not mentioning other properties. Or Web ID dynamic destination, make it true. Now if all these things are done, just click on the save option. Yes. Now in order to check whether the destination configured by you are really working or not, what you can do, you just have to click on this option before the delete button to check the availability of the destination server connection. Just click on this option, you will get the status. Yes, connection, it's a green status. Connection to Northwind established, response turned 200. Okay, that is fine. That now it means that your BTP is successfully able to connect to Northwind. Now again, let us check for ES5 as well. Yes, this is again a green option, green, that's specifying success, and response turn 304, temporary redirect. Yes, so both the destination are working correctly. Now before we are closing this session, I wanted to show you like, to suppose this is the Northwind URL which we have configured, services.odata.org. Now when we will be using this in our application, you also would be interested to know where are the auditor services, where is the entity set, where are the entity type, where association, navigation, and all the auditor parameters, where are these? I cannot see from this link, is it is not visible, it's not clear. So you can see there's option called browse read only services, browse read only Northwind services. You just click on any of the services, you will get the details. The moment you click, as you can see, it is version v3 OData v3 data source. Let me click below, it is again OData v3, and this is Northwind slash northwind.svc, and you can get data like, let me open up any of the entity like employees, click enter. Oh my god, yeah, you get the data of employees. Now let me open some small data like orders. This entity set orders, you will get the data. You will get the data. This data is coming from Northwind service, guys. So it is taking some time. Most probably the huge data, that's why it is taking time. Yep, the data is loaded. So this is a data in XML format, and yeah, you can convert into JSON. Question mark dollar format equal to JSON. Press enter. Let us convert this entire data into JSON format that is bit readable. So when we would be using this destination in our application, when we would be creating a Fiori application, we would be specifying this relative URL like slash v3 northwind service slash orders, specified by the orders and all. I'll show you that. Look how beautifully the data turned out to be. This is the data. So in order to access Northwind, we do not have to create any login or anything as such. It is freely available. You can go and use this data source and create as many as Fiori application, and you can experiment lots of UI application based upon this data services. Because being a UI developer, since we do not have much more knowledge of the OData services, how OData is created or how our CDS view is created, and we always have to rely on the backend developer, because until and unless the backend developer are exposing the services, then only the UI developer can consume it and show it in the UI. But in order for self growth, self training, and in order to experiment and play with the auditor services freely, we often need freely available auditor services. So SAP has provided us with two options. One is either you can use Northwind, for which we do not have to create any login, do not require to fill up any sign-in page or anything as such. We can go and use this Northwind services. Otherwise, there is for you can use the SAP Gateway ES5 system, and let me show you this data as well. So this is the launch pad. This is a Fiori launch pad. Let us click on this launch pad. This is SAP ES5. This is also exposing the data totally but it requires a sign-in, which I have showed you. So this is actually a Fiori launchpad which is coming out of the box, provided by SAP for ES5 SAP Dev Center. Let me click, since I don't recall the URL. So there's a trick how you can get the URL. Go to console, go to network tab. Where is the network tab, guys? From the network tab we can get the URL. This is the network tab. Okay, let me click on refresh. Yes, this is a metadata, and metadata would be carrying the link. Yes, we got the link. Yes, paste the link and press enter. This is the this is one of the auditor services which we have exposed, which SAP has exposed basically. Sorry. Now let me click on any of the entity like let me press enter. Supplier. Yes, this is the supplier data. So yeah, you can consume this data in your system and you can access it very well. So in the next video I will show you how to use this destination to build a Fiori element app in just few clicks and even deploy it. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay notified. Drop your question or issue in the comments.